Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Chrissy here. Thanks for being here. Welcome new subs. Without much agenda, because I sense that the world changed last week. It was a big week. I'm just going to pull some cards. Now, two have already fallen out. So we'll begin with those. And it looks like we're in or approaching a period of time, an age of believing in what we can't yet see, or believing in what we're having a peep into. I can't yet figure out. And in there's a surrendering to figuring it out, okay? Because the card that wants to accompany this is to bring it into form. And so we're literally bringing in new fractals of light, new blueprints that we might not yet understand. Okay, so bringing it into form is bringing it to earth and behaving with it, dancing with it. It might be as simple as just capturing what's coming in. So highly intuitive time. And we're coming up to the next eclipse, which I believe is in, check it out, 10 days or so, which is going to be happening in Scorpio. So that's deep, deep water. And remember, as we bring in, I know I've said this ad nauseum, but I will keep saying it. Every time we bring in or activate the intuition and we're bringing in information from our higher self, it's going to hit every layer of resistance. It's like it's coded with the How to Use Me Best program. And that's going to mean, what do I need to surrender to? What is this digging up in me that it's time to meet and purify, transmute? This is the wish card. It's the purification of the water, bring it into balance. And talking of balance, we're in a 5 month, in a 6 year. So 5 and 6 is 11, which in itself is a number of balance. It's also the number of intuition. So sensitive to energy. So we're breaking down duality, coming into polarity. It's okay to hate it and love it. It's okay to do what you want with it. What else do we need to know about this? So I had my eclipse 100 meters underground. I went away this weekend and I was told where to go and I followed it and I went. And during the weekend, I climbed way above sea level and I descended way below earth into a cave in real, not a meditation, this is real time. And an eclipse 100 meters in the earth is a pretty special thing. Yeah, completely. Look at this. So that 11 is bringing in the alignment of the inner voice, the inner magic, the hidden self. And I guess there's an inherent question in there about having the courage to look yourself in all your majesty, in the eye, in all your glory and your greatness, and your mess and your chaos and your putrid, deep, dark, hidden self. It's bringing all of that into balance. God knows Scorpio will definitely hear that. Look at that, 29, 11, 2. So this is dissolving into that balance point. It's like coming out of this pinging 2 energy into, I guess it's pointing towards the spiritual spine, that inner knowing, and nothing can knock me off this knowing. I just know. How do you know? I just know it. So seeing the true you. And I really want to point out, look how lovingly she's gazing into her self, soul, lovingly, without judgment. Okay. Can't make this up. Because when you're free from judgment, it's funny, there was a little theme coming through my client work last week, which I'll speak in, and it's a tiny thing, but it's a big thing. And the tiny thing is, I made cakes and gave them away. It's something like that. Okay, I don't want to get specific. I made cakes and gave them away. And that's really feeling into a bigger program of just being lovely and helpful and gorgeous in the world. But can you be lovely and helpful and gorgeous back in? What happens when you eat those cakes? Well, when I ask that question, what comes in is guilt and shame. And if we can't feed ourselves back the love that went into making those cakes, then we're going to look at that. That's opportunity. That's a cup. Okay. That's a cup. Treat that as the Ace of Cups. Can you drink from that cup? So what do you pour into the Grail? What are you pouring into the heart? So free from judgment is free to love. Wow. It's the imbalance dissolving into the, oh, it's gorgeous. So that you can follow your own rhythm. Now, some beautiful challenges in here. Because what's your rhythm going to look like? Do you know what your rhythm looks like? Or do you obey the clock? Do you obey stuff outside you? Or do you follow that inner rhythm? Because the inner rhythm, if it's judged, can be as simple as, I'm really tired, but I don't have time to rest. That's an out of alignment 11, if you like. So inner knowing is the sensitivity. And to follow rather than control is to be vulnerable in that moment, to let go of wanting to know and control and judge. That's coming in on a 5 energy, which the 5 wants to expand. It's very creative, dynamic, chaotic number. It can reach in all different directions all at once, but dynamic it is. That dynamism creates the catalyst for change. So 5s might not be easy to handle, and they might be exciting to handle. It depends. I think, did I make a video recently? Yeah, I did. What's your relation? How can you surrender to change? So that's what this card is asking. Your relationship to change. Lovely. This is lovely. That was a shy card. Do you see that try to come out? Ooh, ooh, ooh. The storm is in the mind, for a start. The storm is, well, I'm seeing this as a cage, and it's how to bring the light into that which cages us. So we're talking about formatted behavior. And comfort zone. That might be a comfort zone of that which you know, and change can throw you in, is designed to throw you into that which you don't yet know. I wanted to say it's student energy, but that doesn't feel right. It's the energy that wants you to look up. Not up because it's outside of yourself, but to raise self-love. To allow, right, to allow. That's better. So to allow that light in no matter what. It's coming in on the 1. It's higher mind. It's allowing the higher mind in. And that circles right back. Allowing the higher mind in and bringing it into form. So it's building, it's allowing the container. So it's allowing the container of the four to bring that light and that fire and the it's catalyst for change to come in, to bring it into form. And then after the storm, it can be a mind storm. Got to break down all these old paradigms, and we're doing it really well. Set the mind free, allow. Yeah, wow. Huh. Now, okay. Okay, there might be some heavy-heartedness with this because I want to kind of reword this to what is already within you. Everything you seek is within you, everything. You can find it temporarily in the external world, but it will be under certain conditions within you. It's free to express itself. This energy is going right to the core, right to the center point. And again, it is allowing that, yeah, okay. Allowing that change because it wants to come in, not just as light, it wants to come in and be manifested into, through the physical. This is inner magic. Inner knowing. It's what you brought in with you. So it's coming in on that 17-8. It's what you brought in with you. You've already got it. Some part of you already knows it. So after the storm, it's almost like this is going to come and blast through any blocks you might have to releasing what is already within you. Move into that expansion. We need to know. Okay, I've got to go to those cards now. Let's pull some surrender cards. Okay. 4. I just want to notice that the cards feel very light. They don't feel too heavy. They feel like they feel light. This isn't about letting go of worry, because when we get trapped in worry, we start spiraling. We can start spiraling. Depends what it's about. Depends how serious the mind believes it is. From a therapeutic point of view, I might guide you better to meet it, name it, write it down, meet it, invite it into the room. Hello. Whatever the worry is, name it, meet it, and then just allow the body to feel it. This is the somatic process. And that's it. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to manage it. You don't have to control it. Just meet it and allow the natural intelligence in the cells. Cellular intelligence is the somatic process. That's the body as distinct from the mind. The mind cannot process emotion. It's a myth. So meet worry. Okay? Gently. Bring it in, sit it at your round table. Because all team members have greatness and fear, usefulness and not usefulness. But they're all a part of you, all right? So we can either keep resisting and rejecting, that part will keep knocking on the door. that part will keep knocking on the door. Miracle. It is no small miracle that we are capable of reintegrating and lifting up the vibration of worry, giving it a place at the table, giving it the validation that it seeks. Miracles happen. Why? Because you'll feel a different sense of embodiment, fuller, more able to create, to bring it into form. I really do feel that watershed moment that I've been talking about happened with that partial eclipse, and will be happening, whether we can feel it or not. Depends where you are on your journey. Oh, there's another one. Right, I want to own this. I'm going to speak into this. So before any breakthrough, there can be this period where you can be loath to leave a comfort spot. So March was kind of that for me. And I was procrastinating. Once I let go of that procrastination and met it, then I could feel into something burgeoning, something wanting to burst open. And that wanting to burst open can trigger all sorts of old programming, like old religious programming around worthiness and subjugation. And you've got to work hard for it, you've got to struggle for it. So it's not, we're talking about miracles and creativity here. That's flow state. Okay, that's just flow state. That's dancing in the void. So procrastination, again, pull it in. Hello, procrastination. And then let the body do the rest. All you have to do is open the door. The body will do the rest and trigger what needs to happen. It might be that tears come. It might be that, I don't know how you process. So I'm not going to speak into that, but yeah. Procrastination can be an emotional block to active intelligence. Because active intelligence is boundless. There are no boundaries. And we're, as a collective, learning how to function in a gigantic playpen without boundaries. It's child state. Where am I going now? Okay, let's start wrapping this up. Closing messages. Do we have any? Those upside down. Closing messages do we have? Excuse me. Oh, crikey. Right, there's a lot of cards here. Oh, okay. Oh, fun. Good number. Literally. So we've got Jupiter coming into Aries on the 11th, I believe, of May. And that's going to feel like an expansion of fire. It's going to feel initiatic. So you might get a lot of big ideas, new beginnings. And then it's going to retrograde into Pisces. So we've got more Jupiter in Pisces. Okay, so back into the cosmic waters. expansion of the magical self. All right. Flow state is not linear. Right, brilliant. Linear creation wants to follow a line. Linear creation wants to project manage. This should lead to this, should lead to this, should lead to this, shebang. But that in itself is very tidy, but it's very limiting. And so in the big picture, it might look like this when Jupiter comes into Aries, big expansion, lots of new ideas, bit of overwhelm, bit of excitement, lots of lots, okay? And remember, Jupiter will expand what you're in at that time. And then when it retrogrades back into Pisces, then that's a deep dive. That will be a different energy. That isn't linear. When you're in flow state, you'll move with it. Okay. When you move with it, you have to change your behavior. So we are literally straddling worlds. I think for the rest of this year, we'll be learning how to navigate through different matrices. Right. There's the change in behavior. It's learning to love yourself and rest. And it's about mind rest. Anybody can rest the body by sitting or lying. But if the mind is overactive, worrying and planning and controlling, then they're the parts that you need to meet. That will help you to meet. You don't need to do anything. You're not a dictator. I've just played with the concepts and I know that they work. Can you even conceive of living in this energy where you see the beauty in everything? It's a magical number. Okay. Completion. And if you look at that door, it's closing and opening at the same time. It's opening to let in the light and it's closing on a darker world. Okay, again, it isn't linear. It doesn't just close, it closes and opens. The active field creates and destroys all in the same moment. It's Shiva and Shakti. We create and destroy. But we've become so addicted to creation and expansion and growth that we forget to let something die. Have to empty the cup, keep emptying the cup. Okay. Yeah. Radical acceptance is acceptance of what is rather than the plan that the linear mind has made. Cosmic heart there, it's beautiful too. Look at that 2 energy, very sensitive. Radical acceptance that you're loved by you as a cosmic being. Now, I doubt very much that she can see more than 2 feet in front of her, right? But the commitment, look at that full vertical drop. The commitment is going to be what guides. It's very Scorpio. It is. It's a very big leap card, that commitment. Wow, okay. I think we're speaking into the Scorpio total eclipse. It's the next one to happen. It's finding the disowned self, and all of this is pointing towards the magical self, the self that doesn't create in linear fashion. The self that is, well, it's the magical child, isn't it? Root girl. Finding your roots, planting roots. Bringing yourself home. There's the slight overwhelm. And there's a nice check here. Is it overwhelm or is it plenty? I wrote an article about this yesterday. I posted it on Instagram about overflow. And so if you see the emotions as a reservoir held back by a dam, the dam is the personality. That's the part that we project onto the world. It's what others see. And what the dam holds back is emotions. Now, if the reservoir is full, then the slightest thing can cause the reservoir to overflow. Again, it's about emptying that cup. And both are true. And both are true. Yeah, I sense this Scorpio eclipse is going to be a great opportunity to dive right into that inner child, to dive right into any unprocessed emotions with love and curiosity and wonder and wisdom and fear. Because fear is okay too. Look at this, the rebirth. This is rebirth 6, gosh, oh, it's rebirthing into the heart, cleaning up those waters. This is beautiful. This is the divine feminine that wants to create in circles, going all over the place, building new blueprints, not really knowing what it's going to look like, just following the urge of soul. It's playtime. Playtime. We've got to get rid of any blocking crap, right? It sounds like a curse, doesn't it? You blocking crap. Okay, let's wrap it up with a cheeky abundance card. Very cheeky today, thank you. Yeah. Get grounded. Get grounded. However you get grounded. And meet your grief. Because the grief that might get kicked up this year is getting kicked up this year. I'm witnessing it. It's funny, actually. It isn't funny. There's nothing funny about it. I believe the very first video I made was like 3 or 4 minutes long. And it was called The Grief of a Half-Lived Life. And I think we've done a whole circle, you know, through the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Coins, that abandonment wound, the being excluded, it never works out for me, what never worked before, all of that, all of that. So just allowing that to come out, really, really meeting and honoring that you've held that. Honor. Tears are what happen when the ice in the heart melts, letting the reservoir overflow. That's the name of the deck. Courage, faith, believe in what you can't yet see. Your divine abundance will look very different to someone else's divine abundance. All right. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. It's lovely to be back here. It feels like an age since I was here. And I'm going to get gone for now. I'll see you all again soon. And I'll leave you with my love. Take care. Bye.